Yeah. Yes. It's your boy.
Yeah.
Sup. So let's just sign, cross the T's and dot the I's on everything, technically.
Amazing.
So Omar, I'm still laggy on the old website, yo. Can you really keep an eye on that for me?
Yep.
And how's my face?
That's a thing.
You're looking sharp.
Looking good.
Got a little trim going on there. What's your beard? Love
That's
it.
pink. We gave ourselves some pink eyebrows for the show.
Gorgeous. I love
Yeah,
also
but
that
my face doesn't work anymore though.
No? Oh, that's
No.
sad. Damn. Botox.
Yep.
Just recently Botoxed.
Exactly. Can't express myself.
I will. Well, I'd like to start from a place where some of it works. That would be nice. It's one of those classic things. We had a beautiful tech rehearsal yesterday, and it was all working perfectly. And then,
Yeah. This is classic. We always have this. How many times we
Right.
haven't been on stream and we are literally minting live and then it doesn't work. It's awful.
yeah, it's the pain.
It's the pain of tech.
Ooh,
Mala,
I think people,
everyone is excited.
yeah, I think people
Well,
are
that's good.
pumped.
Glad to hear it. We're working on it.
Amazing.
No talk.
Oh no, what happened? Hello, everybody.
Hello.
What's going on?
We see the real
What's
you.
going on, everybody? How are you doing? Yeah, we set up a second angle. You didn't know that, did you?
Wow.
Camera 1, camera 2.
Camera 2, I
So
like it.
cool.
That bit works. That bit works. You can see the full flavor of this awesome suit I'm wearing. You couldn't knock me up like a fashionable mocap suit because these things, they stink, they're tight, they get caught in places you don't want them to get caught. And I mean, look how flattering it is.
I mean, it's
Well-
such a trip. Like, it's insane. I can't believe it. It's so, it really has a
And then-
streetwear vibe.
As a streetwear vibe.
It is.
No, I'm rocking my proper threads. So, yes, my face is back. Omar, Mr. Technical person, could you possibly bring? If I'm here, you can't see my lovely face. I'm only got, so you could like just angle me down a little bit, then I'll be able to express myself properly. As we peek behind the curtain once again, we're trying to get the technical stuff to work. You can see
Wow.
the wizards working over here overtime, trying to get it all to work. And like right over here, it's like that's the camera, and like this is the whole mocap studio here, and like it works flawlessly. It works flawlessly all the time, except right now.
Yeah, of course.
When we needed
Except
it
when you
too.
have to go live. Except when
Except
you go
when we
live.
need
We
it.
know.
Yes.
Wow.
You know the pain.
It's all part of it. It's all part of what we do, isn't it?
It kind of is. Yeah, sketchy
Mhm.
future first tech. trying to get it all to work. And but you know, at least I look good.
But this is a great camera. It's amazing.
Well, this camera. Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
camera's dope.
It's really good.
Oh, there we go. How about this camera?
Also good.
Also good.
Show me your-
We're getting there. So okay, let me go.
Oh, this is better. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Damn.
Let's see. Website's working.
Ooh,
All right.
website works. That's awesome.
Well, it's not quite the show we wanted to put on with a whole moving camera and be able to show the whole set and everything. But we are in Trashland. We are live. This is the real thing. And if you didn't know, this is all being powered like this by a man in a gimp suit covered in ping pong balls. Hello, people at home. Let's go back to the show. Okay. All right. Well, I've got a whole bunch of technical people helping me out here. I couldn't do it without my team.
Shout out to
so
the technical people.
Shout out to the people who had a absolute nightmare, had kittens because all the stuff that we'd been planning yesterday stopped working. So, Omar, if you give me just a quick refresh on the website.
It's
Okay. So we have the Fabricant whole land website ready to go. I will be live minting in a virtual world because as a virtual character, do you know what I like more than anything else? Fashion, baby. I mean, you know, a yellow puffer jacket with my own logo on is all nice and well, but what you can't see is I've got a thong on. God.
Under that suit.
Yes. Yeah. Check my tail out. Yeah, ladies. I got a tail. I remember, Amber, we'd had a conversation about like the kind of stuff that you wanted to wear when you were like exploring identity and all the crazy things that you thought you might want to wear. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I would have a tail. It's so much fun.
I
You can
love
get it to
it.
wiggle around. I can do a helicopter tail. Like, you know, my hips don't lie, baby. Hips do not lie.
Bring it. I love
So
it.
listen, this is all very relevant because I think for a lot of people who are kind of getting into digital fashion and trying to understand why on earth we would give a shit about any of this stuff, like they look at Instagram filters and they go, well, yeah, I can do that. What's the big deal? The next big step is fully fleshed out 3D avatars that are completely piloted by real human beings in real time that reflect who you are, that have that same sense of purpose and dynamism that real people do, and not just kind of clunky, weird game characters, and that can actually wear the clothes for real. So like, this is the real thing. Like this tail, it's become such a big part of how I perform this character. It is amazing. And but that's just one piece of it. Like any outfit that we put on can also have its own life. It can have strange fabrics that respond to light or that emit things. It's really extraordinary how much it allows you to express yourself and start playing around with who you are and what you are. And the fact that I can do it in real time like this for you inside Unreal Engine in basically effectively a metaverse, I think that's where you're going with Holland, where you're going with the Fabricant. I know that's the vision, and I think it's really important for people to see it for real, working. Even as glitchy as it has been getting this set up, it's still a thing, right?
It is. Oh my God, look at that.
Ooh, this is
Wow.
Trashland.
It's amazing. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got another angle on. This is the boobies bar,
Boobies
which
bar.
is kind of appropriate because like your aesthetic with the collection has got this real kind of future neon. I don't want to call it cyberpunk because it's beyond cyberpunk. It's like post cyberpunk. It's really cool, and I can see it really fitting in what we're doing.
Yeah, it really does fit in, and the models look fucking sharp. They look amazing.
I know. I'm so upset because we have a free roaming moving camera that allows us to like go anywhere we want, show you anything. We could have gone right up to a model and shown the capers on the models. Oh, well, maybe you can go wide and just show the models again.
Yeah.
There you go.
No.
Models
there we
walking, custom models.
Wow.
So this is like the first of these things that we will do. Like every time we do one of these, we learn something new. And Antonio, who's put this all together, was really pushing us to like experiment and like try something we hadn't tried before. And as it turns out, it broke like an hour before, and yesterday it was working perfectly. But we kind of need to do it to learn that and get through it and get better at it, because I think, like, honestly, this is this is like the next chapter in what digital characters and metaverses can and should be, like really pushing the boundaries. It's not just a video game. It's like a story world that can be gamified and inhabited as if it were a game, but has so much more to it than that. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, it becomes like an embodiment. So I feel like a lot of times when you go into a virtual world, you get a bit like you get a bit disembodied because you're basically doing a character, but you're moving it with your mouse. But when you're really in a suit and you get to wiggle your tail and actually move in with your real body and experience what that is like, that is a whole different level of embodiment where you can really use this technology to get even more into your body and to kind of get dressed into different looks. And I think that's what really excites me about the kind of virtual world, is that you can live your dream as a dragon, for instance, and then, just fly and really know what it's like to fly as a dragon. So in a way, it gives you so many endless possibilities. And I think that's really why I love this kind of spaces, and especially in your suit.
Oh yeah. So the way we do it is we've got tons of little cameras pointed around the room, and they're all pointing at me, and they're tracking these ping pong balls on my suit. And that basically gives you a really good 3-dimensional picture of me and what I'm doing. I've also got a helmet on that's tracking my face. The face capture, the face tracking is like the hardest thing to do in all of this, particularly to do it live. So we're working on solutions for that, because like you said, it's digital embodiment. So the eyes are the window to the soul, is what they say. Yeah. And designing a character and getting it to do what you want it to do and reflect the personality that you've put in is very, very difficult. Also, like the other part of this is hands.
Yes.
I've noticed from like performing videos, I use my hands an immense amount. I'm like a media trained politician. It's horrendous, but like I really do. So like most mocap solutions, you get like that, or you basically just get this. But yeah. I have full control of all of my fingers, it's like incredible. Completely. So if I want to flip you the bird, I can.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, love it. And that, honestly, getting that to really work has been just hours and hours and days of work. The face as well, the body. So like we had some weird stuff with the hips not working properly, but now they do work properly. And then the face is the bit that we still haven't really solved yet, but like, it's getting there. And then like just earlier on, Omar from my team gave the pink hair, bit of luminescence as well, just, to honor your collection as well with the pink eyelashes.
I love it.
So we kind of just jumped into it there, but like I thought, since we've kept people waiting around for so long, we just kind of jump into the meat of the stuff, which is really as cool as what we're doing is. I think what you're doing is honestly way cooler. When Kerry presented this at Tallinn, I was just like, man, I had serious envy because the stuff looks so good. So damn good.
Thanks so much. Yeah, the team has been really incredible stuff. I'm really, really proud. And every person has so much has so much of themselves put into this project, and it's really amazing to see that come to life.
So tell me a little bit about the collection. What was the inspiration for it? Where did it come from?
Yeah, so it's basically a mix of Dutch heritage. I am from the Netherlands, and my grandma is from a part of the Netherlands which is called Zeeland. And there they always used to wear this kind of traditional dress for a long time, and it would say where you're from. And together with that, I mixed that with kind of the Gabber culture, which was a very big movement in the 90s, which was very intense, like hardcore music. And I always used to go to those parties. So it's a very big part of my youth, basically. And I wanted to kind of mix this kind of history with the future aesthetic also into the metaverse, because we believe that having culture represented in a metaverse is extremely important. And obviously we get to redefine what culture means. But I do think we shouldn't forget about our history, and we should know what we did in the past so we know how to operate in the future. And basically mixing all of these histories really creates a better overview of what the history of some place has been. And then again, the future perspective on it. So it's basically a mix of everything. And that's usually how I love to work, is just be inspired by real life and translate that into emotional things that you can wear in digital worlds, to get the culture represented.
So I know Zeeland. Zeeland is down on the coast. It's beautiful down there. Beautiful sandy beaches. It's very kind of classic Dutch summer holiday, I would say. And it's a place you go with your family, and you go and you eat bitterballen and you cycle around, and it's very nice summer holiday stuff, especially with young kids. I spent quite a lot of time down there with my kids, so I know it well. I didn't know the harbor parties though. Like,
later on in my life, that's anywhere in the Netherlands. It was a craze. Like in the 90s, everybody went totally crazy, but the parties still exist. So everybody is really still going to these parties and like really dancing their brains out, basically. And it's such an amazing dance. It's such a release. Whenever I go to a hardcore party, it's like I release all of the stuff that I've been holding back, and it just comes out. You just dance it out.
But you don't have a cool tail though. Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, that's really.
It would be cool.
Oh my God,
It would be cool to hubba with a tail. Yeah,
right.
With a tail.
Oh my God.
It's a pain in the ass, a tail, honestly. But digitally, it's brilliant. I love it. You can be so expressive with it. Also, it has collision in it. So like if we're in a world where we've got like, I don't know, like a car that comes too close to me, I can just whip my tail and it will smack it away. So we've been playing around a lot in the Matrix. They did a Matrix demo in Unreal.
Yes.
And they deliver this massive world, which is cool as hell. And like you go in there and like, because I can be in this space and have collision, I could be walking around and just punch cars away and kick cars away. And I think that's the thing that probably most people take for granted, but actually is sort of the magic trick that Unreal Engine could pull off. Because, as fun as it is doing this, in many ways, what you're really doing is glorified green screen. And it's very cool, but the power of Unreal Engine is in blueprints. It's in the ability to add logic to a scene. So I could, in the future, I'll be able to like smash the glass on the front of these TVs if I get angry. And that's kind of how we develop the scenes and the sets that we're trying to put together, is that we'll, over time, add more and more pieces of logic that, that will actually work, and dynamic camera and more people into a scene. So it will really feel as if the virtual part of it is the least interesting part of it. And what's much more interesting about it is that you're witnessing just a really new piece of entertainment that is doing things that you simply cannot do in the real world, but always shot as if it is the real world. And I think it's probably the insight that I had more than any other, just watching those glossy animations that people were putting out from Unreal, is that they felt kind of soulless, but also like Unreal was trying really hard to be like Marvel movies, like really glossy, beautiful, high production value. And I think where stuff gets really interesting is when it isn't right, when you shoot like a TikToker, so you've got shaky camera and it falls over on its side and you get all these weird accidents that happen. Like sometimes my arm will just glitch out and not work perfectly. But those moments, those happy accidents, you normally can't have in animation because everything has to be planned out. But once you can do real-time animation like this, you start to get things like that you would have in the real world. And they just make life so much more interesting, and it's so much more fun to do like that.
Yeah, I love that. That's really cool.
I'm on the normal camera now.
Yeah,
there I am.
There you
With a
go.
light on my face. Yes. It's almost embarrassing to go to this because like my avatar character's got so much sass,
Yeah. What is up
Indeed.
with that? What inspired you to create that look? Like, what is your inspiration behind that look?
So I work with the creative director, Jim, who's amazing. And he pitched me this idea. He said, we're going to have this hero character in our world. We knew she was going to be called, or he was going to be called Karma. And he said, I think it should be a girl with a beard. And I was like, I'm not sure about this. But then we kind of came up with this concept of Karma, and she's got woke bitch tattooed on her leg.
Oh,
But the idea is that she's kind of this doesn't give a fuck drag queen, or maybe not, nobody really knows, impresario who performs in a club. But her main purpose in life is to punish people who consume soulless content by forcing them to watch stuff that has some real edge and bite, and re-educate them in the ways of critical thinking, something like that. Anyway, so it was.
It's like, I love it. It's so good.
But what's fun about it is when we dropped the collection for the NFT, we like the thing that you would normally do is do an animation or a piece of like CGI or something like that. We didn't. We did the cosplay version. We did the version of this where we built the jacket. We had the hair built. So if I hang on a second. Dan, could you bring in Karma's jacket? So yeah, so we made everything for real, and we shot a live action trailer because basically what we wanted to do was say, yes, this is digital. These are NFTs. These are digital characters, but inherently they're human beings. And if you could see a human being wearing the look, it's kind of dope. So I know you'll appreciate this one, Amber. You switch cameras. There it is.
Oh wow!
The real jacket.
Cool.
The real jacket.
Who made
So
that? So cool.
So we had a costume designer from Amsterdam make this for the trailer. And it's this amazing artifact. Like, it's too small for me, unfortunately, but an actor wore it in the trailer. So we've actually got a real live version of it. And I've got the pink hair as well that I wear as a wig. But it's amazing. When I put the pink hair on and I start filming stuff like that, it's like I become a completely different person. I've never had pink hair in my life before.
Yeah.
But like, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so kind of freeing and interesting.
Yeah, right. Like
It's
once
cool.
you free your identity, like so much more frees up as well. Like I feel like
Yes.
when you free that up, you get so much more space to look at the world in a different way.
Oh, I fell off. Yes, you do. Also, it's this idea of having fractal identity. Like I talked to my daughter about it. She's 11 years old. She plays Roblox. She's trading like a maniac, and she'll tell me like, "Oh yeah, I got this Halo." She's actually going to come down. She promised, because I spoke to Kerry about this. She's going to come down and give your lot a schooling in what it means to be in Roblox and be a Roblox fiend. Because Kerry said, yeah, like, we've got people who are designing these clothes for people who are kind of still like not even teenagers yet. And I said, yeah, I've got one ready to go. So she's desperate to come down and meet you guys and show you her digital life and her digital collection and all the stuff that she does.
Love it. I can't wait.
I fell off the chair. No, this is live. So yes, no, she's desperate to come in, like, because she's like trading halos and shoes, and she built a whole Wednesday Addams outfit in Roblox. Like she's all over that stuff. So
That's so
yeah.
cool.
Awesome.
So I know who this is for at the end of
Does
the
she
day.
play? Does she play Royal High? Is that the game?
You know
or-
she does. You know she does.
I knew it.
You knew it.
It's massive.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But yeah, it's huge.
I'll be honest. I don't really understand it. I don't understand Royal High.
The diamonds.
You get diamonds. It's every day after breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's so many diamonds.
Every day after breakfast, she's like, "Daddy, can I do my diamonds thing?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you could do your diamonds thing, but like make sure you do your homework on time." Yeah. She's like, "Yeah, but I'm gonna do my diamonds thing." And then on cycling to school, she's like, "I got this amazing halo. Really happy I got this amazing halo." I'm like, "Well, I'm happy." And then I see it, and I'm like, okay.
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
like, what is this thing? Because they look so goofy, the Roblox characters, but they are kind of improving the aesthetic of the thing. I think, and the aesthetic of Roblox, and like you can actually get stuff that looks pretty kind of interesting aesthetically now. It doesn't have that goofy Roblox thing about it. But yeah, exciting times. Well, I'm glad we managed to get you something working anyway, because it was looking bleak.
I think your face is working now too. That's exciting.
Yeah.
My face is working. Yeah. The face is the hardest bit. So we need to do quite a lot more work to get the face to run live into the software. And that's also like, you need to have separate computer systems to run face as opposed to body mocap, because the body mocap runs on a whole system. There's a whole bunch of data. Then the Unreal Engine has to run on its own powerful computer. And then you have hand capture, which is its own separate thing, face capture, which is its own separate thing. They're all separate systems, and they all have to work together. So you can imagine lots of moving parts.
Oh God,
Lots of moving parts.
Yeah,
Yes.
we've done a lot of this as well. And then you have one day to capture everything, and then everything goes wrong. So, and I know.
Oh, so that's a good question. So when you say you have one day to capture everything, are you talking about motion capture or motion capture sessions, or what do you?
Yeah. Mocap
So you-
sessions. So yeah, we've done mocap sessions with the fashion collection. So we have a fashion collection coming out after Kapers, which is going to be full looks. And this will be a full storytelling experience where the looks will tell a certain story. And we had a model basically mocap all kinds of different motions, and we had one day to record all these things, and it was extremely difficult because obviously you need to do a lot of takes, and then the gloves weren't working because they all have to go into the other software as well. It's just so much work. So
Yes. Nobody sees that. Nobody knows. And the thing is, like, what we're not saying is that any kids or you know, sort of amateur creators or anyone who's just sort of starting out is going to be able to do this, because it's not possible. But what we're also trying to do is say, copy us, you know, because there are tools with AI and stuff that are coming out that will enable you, even if you can't do it real time, to take just a piece of video, get some mocap data from it. That is, you can pretty much do it for free. You can use Blender for free. You can get started really cheaply, and there are so many ways to use these characters. And it, you know, I guess our job is to try and inspire people and to do like the really sort of crafted high-end version of it regularly and often, so that it becomes a thing that people then get inspired to try their own version of it out and use the free tools that are out there. And we'll use those tools as well, but like for the really sophisticated, really nuanced, like just the fingers or the face, to really make those things work properly. Oh, look, my hand's gone weird. See? There you go. I got a twisty on. It's probably because I'm standing on a chair. But to get those really nuanced things that like I notice and I want from my own performance, then like, you know, we had to get the high end version. But it's not to say that this is out of reach for people, because it's the last thing you want. You basically want as many people as possible to get excited about this category of work and jump in and add their own voices, because the more people who can add their own voices, the more diverse that becomes and the more inspiring that becomes. Even for us, like we try and think like kids, like we've never seen a computer before, we've never seen a camera before. But after a while, because you're making YouTube videos, everything becomes like, what's the process? How do we do it faster? How do we kind of iron out all the weird things that go wrong so we can get stuff done faster? And sometimes you have to take a step back and just say, no, this week we're going to make life really hard for ourselves. We're going to do a live stream from within Unreal Engine and do a live mint, and then see what happens. So that's when you know you're kind of trying stuff that hasn't been done before, and you're actually genuinely being creative. Because, well, let's face it, I mean, how do you feel about like what I call template culture, which is where everyone can just get something off the shelf that gives them a result that's pretty good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like you could just get the WordPress template, or you could just use Midjourney to spit out a great looking image. Do you feel like that cheapens the development process for creative artists to really find who they are and discover who they are, or do you think that supercharges it?
I think for me, it's the second. I think for me, like I've always worked with AI as hand in hand. So the very first collection that we designed, which was Deep, it was released in 2018. And I worked with the very first generative adversarial networks to basically generate new looks from existing images from Paris Fashion Week. And those images basically inspired me to create the first collection that we ever did. And I really saw it as an aid to making decisions that I normally wouldn't have made, but it wasn't the end result. So I think once people start to take things as an end result, so let's say your Midjourney output is your end result, then I would say, maybe that's less creative. But I think if you use it as a tool and you add things on top, because what I've seen our community do as well is like they totally use it as a tool. So they don't take the first answer, but they really go into the tool and they explore all edges of it. And then they create something that nobody could have imagined and nobody could have written with one prompt, right? Because I think that is really the new kind of tools, is how do you use this tool to create your creative vision, and not to let it depend on what the AI decides for you, but to use those kind of inspirations to build your creative vision. That's really how I see it can be very, very powerful.
Yeah, I guess the thing I worry about is that there's this race to automate things and to make things easier and faster. But I think sometimes when things are difficult, those who are capable of struggling through will discover something about themselves, but also about the happy accidents, the serendipitous discovery of things that then takes them on a path they wouldn't have gone down. And I think that AI can definitely open up avenues of discussion around that as well. But sometimes, the like penicillin discovered by accident.
Yeah,
the same thing happens, it happens in creative pursuits as well. So
yeah,
I think that's why I'm having so much fun with this, because it's kicking my ass every day. It's kicking all of our asses every day. But every time we solve something, we know it was because we solved it. It wasn't because there was a guy doing a tutorial on YouTube that we could just copy and then we've got the answer. It was like, no, this was hard won. Yes. And that sort of means so much more. I mean, it's frustrating as hell sometimes, because we've
It
been
is.
promising.
I
We've been
know.
we've been
Yeah.
promising our community that we would have this dope ass mocap volume that would enable us to film and create content from within our own metaverse lands, just anytime we wanted, to reduce, that the burden and overhead of animation down to basically nothing.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
like we're only just getting there. Only just getting there. Like
yeah. Honestly, it's so inspiring. Like, how you guys set it up. Like for me, this is really the future of content making. It's really just the ad hoc stuff where you just want to really film what's going on today and not wait 3 weeks for your content to be done.
Yeah, I think that was it, because having been a YouTuber for like 2.5 years now, and knowing how quickly you have to respond to things, if you really want to be like in the zeitgeist and in the conversation, it's got to be show up today, post today.
Exactly.
And now we can do stuff that has more evergreen life to it, but I want this character to have an opinion on the NVIDIA chips that are coming out. I want it to have an opinion on the Apple VR headset that's coming out. I don't want to be sitting there waiting for 3 weeks while we do this perfect piece of animation. No, we need to try and get as close to perfect animation in real time as we possibly can. The really screwed up thing is, like, every movement that I make, everything that I'm doing with the camera, with everything else, can be recorded, but in 2 different ways. So the motion itself can be recorded, and then we can then take that, clean it up, and put it into a normal animation pipeline. We have that power, but we never use it, because the thing that I said to the guys was like, yeah, we are not an animation house, and we shouldn't try to be an animation house. We are a content studio. So our job is to make content. And because of that, our job is to explore the real-time bit and go full bore after that at the expense of everything else, which is messed up, because we can also do really cool animations and all that kind of stuff. So what we actually do, and it's probably a good time to switch to the other camera so I can actually show you the rig, because there's a bit of tech porn. If you switch the other camera, so the thing that we haven't been able to use, which is kind of our pride and joy, is this. This is what I call a Metaverse camera. And so basically what this is a wireless unit that allows us to see what the virtual camera in the volume is seeing. So if I can show you there, you can see that it's showing you what's actually in the volume right now.
Yeah.
So this is fully wireless and self-contained, and it also has a selfie camera on the front. So I can, as a performer, if I'm like performing like this, I can see what I'm doing, because half the time, like the battle with mocap and the volume is that I can't actually see what's going on. So I have a monitor on top of the camera that will allow me to see that. And then the other thing is this unit here, it has a record button right there, which means so it can record to an SSD on the monitor. So that's kind of the magic trick here. So instead of it going to animation, press record here, and that's it.
That's insane.
So it's like recording on a real camera. So the whole idea was to create a system that would allow us to film like real life. And this thing, the first version of this was massive. It was on our shoulder and it was crazy. But now if you think, okay, well, now it's a mobile phone and it's a TikTok, and that I can hold it with one hand.
Wow.
So now I can start shooting TikToks as if I'm a TikToker.
Wow.
But I'm not a TikToker, am I?
Not yet.
I'm a virtual character.
Yes. Well, this is
So that's,
oh my God. You're inventing your own tech. Like you're inventing your own. It's insane.
Yeah. Well, it's this thing where you recognize where the technology is going. You also recognize where the culture is going, because you have all these NFT collections, but they have these incredible communities, but without the capacity to really take the IP and run with it. Yeah. And it's like, you see it with clones. The clone army is really passionate about making stuff, but it's really hard to make stuff, like genuinely super, super difficult. So you have, I liken it to like Nike with Jordan. You have the need to have this kind of superstar power creator on your team in order to get the best out of the material and to get the best out of the IP. And so we took it upon ourselves to be our own best power creator. And if we couldn't make the assets work properly, then we shouldn't be giving them to our community and getting them to do stuff.
I agree. Yeah, that's insane. Wow.
I think that's kind of like the Fabricant too, right, Amber? Like we're giving out our 3D files for all the designs too in the hope that people can create with them.
Yeah, because we create with them, so it's like I think what we want to do is make it as accessible as possible and see where the creativity can go. When we've been giving our files away for such a long time, since the beginning, actually, to educate our community and to learn from it, but to also like to give our creativity away so people could use our IP to create their own narratives, and that's what really excites me, to be honest.
Yeah, it's remix culture, isn't it? You just
Yes.
we have a community that takes videos that we make and takes little pieces of those videos and then makes their own shorts. And some of those shorts have like massively outperformed the original videos they came from.
So
and I'm
cool.
really happy about it. I'm like genuinely happy for those creators because it's awesome. They put the time in, they put the work in, and something that had an origin in something we created has gone, and that's awesome. So we our DNA is commingled in that in some way. Now listen. Like all this jibber jabber is all nice and well and good and stuff, but I actually fancy a bit of NFT action. I want to shove some. I want to shove some fashion down the gob.
Get in.
So let's see if we can go co-create, because we didn't even talk about co-creation.
No,
we didn't talk about it, but we can talk about it now. I mean, like I think for the Fabricant co-creation, we've been doing co-creation since the first drop, actually. And in kind of an interesting way, because it's kind of like on-chain co-creation. Like you literally you've got the garment creator, which is the Fabricant in this case. You've got the material creator, which is Ellie Pritt for this collection, who's like an incredible glitch artist. And all the fabrics are animated too, which you'll see when you mint. And then you've got you, which is the co-creator. And what's cool is when you co-create, you're making a one-of-one NFT. Your own collection that no one else can make, so it's just one, and you're in the contract. Like you kind of get a split in it from primary sale to secondary sale to all ongoing sales. You get the 3D files, you get the AR filter. Like, yeah, it's kind of like a more empowered consumer, I guess. How would you describe it, Amber?
Yeah, I think so. I think, for us, the creative vision is always like when people participate. And I think this was a way for us to program people into the actual smart contract so that when they would co-create, they would actually benefit off it when the item would get sold. So like, I think that is really the power of this tool, is that everybody profits when the item gets sold. And I think that is pretty crazy for a fashion brand to do, because they're always like, okay, how can we get the kind of highest margins out of this? And what we want to do is basically create a system where everybody that joins get to also benefit off the item itself and the creativity.
Yeah, I think this is one of those rare examples where co-creation actually does mean co-creation, because I think the instant of committing a set of data to the blockchain really enshrines that in something that is meaningful. So, okay, so you're telling me that I'm basically going to be able to go in here, select from one of 3 different items or different styles, and then I'm going to be able to impose my own creativity on them and make something unique. And there's a possibility that someone else might have already come up with that combination.
That is a possibility,
Yes.
That is a possibility. So I might not be as unique as I think. All right, I'll try to be my most unique, wonderful self, as if I wasn't unique enough.
I was like minting and I was like, oh, I really think this combination would be amazing. And then I made it and I was like, it's taken. I was like, oh my God.
Got it. All right, I'm going in. I'm going in. All right, so here we are. I've got an acid caper. It's good for a rave, that one. A bullish caper. That's for like coming down from a rave. A lace caper. That's when you go see your girlfriend's mum. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go in with the acid first. Let's do them in order.
Very nice.
So I can move around, and it's a blank canvas at the moment. I can also zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, you can zoom in.
Yeah.
This is
All right,
actually whole land as well. It's kind of like the whole where it takes place. So yeah, this is our little metaverse, I guess.
Yeah, when are we going to get those files so we can go and have a little roam around? We've been working on this format that's a little bit like MTV Cribs, a bit of alpha for you, where we will be able to take this whole setup, but go into any world we want and have a little look around. Have a little look around. Have a little look around.
That would be amazing.
We'll just do like a walking tour, like, hello, welcome to Whole Land. Over here, you'll see a pink tree full of neon lights.
I love it.
Who pays the electricity bill in Holland?
I love it.
sorry, back to your original programming. Yeah, so that's basically something we're going to be doing, and it can translate to a Fortnite level, but anything built in Unreal, bring it here, and we'll probably cry because it doesn't work. But yes, that's definitely something we want to do. I'm going to go for this little rainbow number here. Well, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's very
so
nice.
These are all the materials, and these are all animated fabrics. Actually,
the animation right now, but when you mint it.
Oh, I like this one. This is totally my jam. And then I can customize the accessories as well.
Yep.
So I can make something pop. I'm gonna go some green. Oh, that's pink. It's got to be pink. And then I've got another bit of customization, which should probably be this. Let's go for a little bit of orange, green. Actually, I'm going to go for classic white. All right. So tell me what blockchain is this on? Just out of curiosity.
We're on Flow. So we're on Flow blockchain. Yeah. So Flow is actually, so it was a chain that was kind of built by Dapper Labs. So they were, the original team did CryptoKitties. They saw the issues with Ethereum and scalability and obviously sustainability, and they kind of developed Flow. So it's an L1 chain, and it's super scalable, super sustainable, and it's really the chain. I mean, they're trying to build it to be really accessible. So I think like it's still early days, but a lot more projects are actually jumping on. Metella on it, Ticketmaster, Doodles actually went for it too. So we kind of, the reason why I went with it was so that we could be accessible and kind of hit the audience that we want to, and long term as well. We think it can really deliver. So yeah, we're on Flow.
So is it reasonably straightforward to get funds to Flow if you want to participate?
So if you go, so on the site, you kind of have to sign up with the Blockto wallet, and there are a few different Flow wallets, but we use Blockto. And on our site, you can actually use MoonPay as like an on-ramp to top up. So you can kind of use MoonPay. You can like pay. You can actually even pay with credit card because MoonPay have a credit card option. So you don't actually even necessarily need to have Flow in your wallet. There is a KYC though, so that is something you have to factor in. But no, you can top up with MoonPay, and also exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken also have Flow. So you can do it, go through all those processes to get it. MoonPay is probably the easiest, but you just, there's a KYC, which I know people hate. I know I hate it, but yeah, that's one step. And then
I don't know what you're talking about. I love a bit of KY, me. Oh yeah.
KYC. So
oh yeah. How do you think I'll get into this suit? All right, let's mint. So it's 27 Flow to mint this bad boy, and I'm going to cross my fingers now.
We're crossing our fingers too.
Because I can check it.
We're all crossing our fingers.
So yeah, okay. So I'm going to mint this.
Mint it.
Pay with my balance. Yes. Checking combo.
Oh my god.
It looks like
I'm tense.
Someone didn't take it.
It's winner chicken dinner. It's because I got taste, isn't it?
That's right.
Like, or maybe I haven't got taste. Maybe I haven't got
taste.
I'm unique for this one time. Okay, so I'm going to approve that transaction now.
Yes, approve. And the other cool thing about Flow is there's no gas fees. Like they have very, very low transaction fees. So luckily our mint was not affected by the recent Pepe meme coin, shitcoin madness that affected
nonsense.
Everyone.
There is some joy in peace. So we're rendering out it. Oh my god, look at that.
What?
That is dope.
We got a video as well.
Dope.
If you go to your profile, you'll see the video as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can.
Well, I'm gonna not test the gods of technology too hard.
Yeah.
Because they're working for us at the moment. So let's go. But I'm so stoked with that one. It looks awesome.
It looks really good.
Honestly, you should probably make it in real life. This digital fashion, like have you heard of these things called fabrics? You can actually wear them in real life. Imagine that. All right, let's go mint some more.
Wow.
Let's go bullish. I'm on a roll now. This is going to be easy.
Yeah.
Bullish is what Amber's
cool.
also wearing. Amber's wearing bullish now. So it's AR filter 2.
Okay. I'm going to go for this. Something a little dusky. And pair it with... I'm going to try and like make something nice. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're gonna like crucify me for having poor taste now, aren't you? If I make something really savagely garish.
No such thing as poor taste in our world.
Nope.
Oh really? Oh, I'm in luck then.
It's your style. It's your
I'm in luck. All right, I'm kind of digging that, and then
That's very cool.
I'm going to go with that. I feel that's me. Okay, so same thing again. Mint for 27. I love how fast it was as well.
Wow, you're like really good at making decisions. I spend like 30 minutes per caper, like figuring out what I want.
Yeah, but you haven't spent the last 2 hours in the same cat suit.
No,
and,
that's
and
true.
are very aware of your own body odor. That's the difference. I mean, as fun as it is being in this crazy getup, I mean, like, you know, at some point you want to get out of it and get into your real clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, how long can you actually be in it without, like, what's the longest? Before
I
it
sense a
just
challenge
gets-
coming on. Well,
Yeah,
Robin spend a
maybe.
week,
Oh,
my
God.
week in a mocap suit. There it is. We have a final result. That's
Woo.
looking dope. It's looking so good. All right.
Oh,
I'm very happy with that one. I'm going to go and mint the last one. So the lace. And I'm going to go for, let's have a look at this pattern. Oh, that's interesting. And these are all glitchy and live.
Yeah,
that looks
they're
so cool.
all animated. Yeah, and the cool thing is that the way Ellie does it, she actually uses analog video synthesis. So she's
course she
like
does.
got this. Yeah, it's like she's got like a basically twiddling knobs and just like experimenting. And
Oh, that's
you
the
can
best.
scroll down as well. You can scroll down as well. I think there's more materials. I don't think.
Oh, there's more? Oh,
yeah,
sick.
there's 10.
There should be more.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it, isn't it? Because there's what you want, and I guess that's what we're trying to do as well. Is like by going live, you are forced to do everything on the fly. So like voice changing, we want to do on the fly, but we also want to have things that like can be events that can be triggered in the world. That Omar, can you trigger bananas?
I saw the raining bananas before.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is so cool! I love it.
it
Oh,
reminds me of-
So we've got an iPad that I can trigger stuff from, and like we've got explosions that can go off as well. So we just have explosions and all sorts of things. So you're starting to get to this idea, but that's the same thing that Ellie's doing with these things, which is just twiddling knobs and seeing what happens in analog style. Very
yeah,
cool.
it's like totally live improv. It's awesome. It's cool.
I'm digging this one. Let's see what's going to work nice here. I'm actually going to pick up the accent. I'm going to pick up the accent from the glitch fabric with this lovely pink. It's allergic pink. It was discovered on Jupiter in the late early 30s. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That's a vibe. Is it going to be 3 for 3? Close your eyes. Count to 10. Let's mint this. See what happens.
Minting live. And now you've got to pick one that you want to give away because one lucky
Winner,
person,
chicken dinner.
Yeah.
Red
Ooh.
bananas. Love it.
I haven't frozen. I'm just doing a victory pose because
Oh, okay.
I'm that vain.
Hold it,
I'm
holding.
that vain. I'm that vain.
I love this. Raining bananas.
Yes, raining bananas. All right, we have a result. Let's bring in the close-up camera. Omar.
Closer.
Yes, please. No, that's good. That's good. All right. Look at that. So now I need to go to my profile.
Yeah, if you go to your profile, then you'll actually see all the videos for them too.
Yeah. Yeah. you
Which
can
is
see
where
all
the
that.
magic materials are.
And there they are. All right, let's take a
And
look
you
at this
click
one that
on
we
it?
just minted.
Yeah, you click on it and you're going to go into the video.
Hopefully this will come through on the screen for everyone. Okay. There we go. Check that out.
Oh, holy
There
shit.
we go.
Wow. That is an amazing combination, I have to say. Well done.
I made that.
Yep, that's yours. It's your own unique one of one. And it's actually cool to see people sometimes create collections all using the same materials and colors, like a real collection, and then yeah, I mean I don't do that. I like to kind of get as many different fabrics, but I do love that people create like those contained collections too.
Yeah.
How do I go back?
Back to your profile.
All right, we've got to pick one.
Yeah, you got to pick one. Which one?
We've got to pick one.
We can even ask.
Oh, you're kidding me. That one is That one's such a vibe.
Yeah,
That one is such a vibe. I love it. I love it. Well, we've got like obviously some weird characters, and like that this hat may not necessarily work on this character, but like on another character that we have, it'll definitely work. Oh, that is such a vibe.
Very cool.
That's very cool. I'm not giving that one away. I'm sorry, everyone.
That one's.
Yeah, the cool thing is you actually can get the 3D files as well. So when you mint,
we're so doing that.
Yeah, you get the 3D files.
Oh shit!
Foolish is also very.
That one is awesome as well. Holy crap! My brain hurts trying to think about how you architected all of this.
Yeah, that was not an easy task. I can tell you.
I believe you. I believe you. Like I think people kind of go, oh yeah, well, use blockchain. You should be able to just do anything. Like, where's my drop? Where's my freebie? Where's my airdrop? And it's like, but yeah, well, actually, you try building stuff that actually works.
Yeah, that works.
And that worked flawlessly. That worked perfectly.
It worked. Yeah, big shout out to our team, our tech team.
They look so good.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit torn now because I don't really want to give any of them away.
You can always mint.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But no, it's hard to part with them. I think I've only listed one from all the mints I've done with Fabricant, and that's over 2 years. So it's tough. It's hard to part with your own creation, actually. I think that also makes
I believe
harder.
it. Wow. Okay. Well, let's be nice about this. I'm gonna pick this one.
The lace. No, that's a good one because actually the lace caper is the rarest one. So it's interesting. We do have rarity, but it really just depends on what people mint.
Yeah.
So apparently lace, Anna's saying, lace is the most rare. So it's a good one to give away.
The lace one. Okay. Then that's what we shall do.
Okay.
All right. We have a winner.
We have
The
a
lace.
winner. Okay, the lace.
We have a winner. Well, also, like, you guys absolutely crushed it with this. I've been such a fan of you guys for so long, and I've come and visited the studio so many times, and we've chatted so many times, and it's, yeah, I hope we can help in some way, kind of bring whole land to life, and we can create cool content with you guys, and just generally be an annoying anarchic presence doing cool stuff.
I love it. Yes, please.
Oh, we love it.
Yeah,
I feel like you're trying to push forward like a new kind of metaverse dream that we need as well, for what we're trying to build to also work. And actually, like, speaking of, what we have coming up next, we've got the looks dropping. We are dropping a metaverse experience with Cornerstone Land, which was built in Unreal.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah, in September. So we'll definitely be inviting Karma along.
Well, that would be so cool if we could have like Karma walking around in that space.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Well,
see what we can do, but yeah,
that's basically what we do here. Like, we have the capacity to take a live physical entity, put it in a digital world, and have it just roam around there and be all sorts of crazy in a space without having to worry about, that's 10 seconds of animation, so that's going to be 15 grand. Like, no, that's just like, let's do it. Invite you over for a day, and we'll just go and tear shit up and see what happens.
You can come to our rave. Like, we're throwing a rave in the metaverse, so it will be like Kama's first rave, which is going to be insane.
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. Well, listen, guys, this has been an absolute pleasure. I'm sorry we were delayed, and I'm sorry we had some technical snafus that didn't allow us to give you the full experience. But I think it's still
this was amazing.
Being like a real kind of sighter into what could be possible, and what we want to do anyway. I'm going to get back on my chair and see, hopefully, if I can get in shot. Oh no, I'm out of shot.
Well, I was actually watching this thinking, in the future, when our website is a 3D space, you could be a character literally in the website. I feel like this is like showing, giving us a bit of a taste of what could be possible.
Well, also, when I need to go and have a pee or go to sleep or annoying human things like that, you can just plug in an AI and it can do all that work for me. So it can just be me. And that's the impossible dream. Finally, I get to clone myself. But yeah, that's also stuff we're exploring, like having characters that are AI driven, that have all the knowledge about the world and can be interacted with just as easily as I can as well. So it's just, it's a world of fun coming.
I love it.
Yes. Well, listen, it's probably a good time, if anyone has any questions from the chat, to jump in if there are any.
Yeah, I'm checking.
Or otherwise,
the chat now. Let's see. I think everyone they're really into it. People loved it. People love the co-creations. I see a few entries, so no, I think people are excited. I think, yeah, one thing to note on that, yeah, we'll keep the Gleam open for like a week, I believe. Hilaria, feel free to jump in and say when we'll close it. And all you need to do is enter. You do have to set up a profile on the Fabricant to get your Blockdo wallet, but it's super easy. Blockdo, non-custodial, no seed phrase. You just need an email address. It sends you a unique code, and that's it. So really easy to do. And then enter, and then this lace caper could be yours.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Well, I'm going to say sayonara because Karma's got some business to do with some sticky suit materials that now need a wash. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in.
This is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for putting it together. This is great.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Come and co-create. And yeah, we'll see you in another metaverse hopefully soon.
Karma's going to do some fashion walking now, yeah? Hello, ladies! Wait, is this camera still on? What? Oh, crap. Sorry. Got some chicken nuggets waiting for me. Ah!